Good afternoon and welcome back to the University of Minnesota. We're here in the Recreation Center celebrating the US Open Championships. Our next match is about to start with Jenny Daza of Bolivia versus Erica Manilla of the USA.
And good afternoon, everybody. Welcome to the Ladies Professional Racquetball Tour. We're here in Minneapolis, Minnesota, at the University of Minnesota for the US Open. This is one of two show courts. And coming up, it's now the round of 16. And I think, Sandy Rios, this is a good matchup for Erica Manilla. She will be very confident in this match, taking on Jenny Daza from Bolivia.
Yes. Erica, we know from the previous tournaments that Erica is the strongest hitter on the team. She hits the ball harder than any of them. And so the question is going to be whether or not Jenny Daza can handle that kind of power, or whether Manilla is going to overhit and set Daza up. But Manilla should do well this match, and she starts out very well.
I'm gonna say that this is this should be a reasonably short match, because not because Daza's a bad player, but because Daza had a long battle earlier, the longest of the day, against Rodriguez, and is no doubt going to be a little fatigued.
She has to be a little bit. I mean, I know she's in great shape. I think she's like a jazzercise instructor or whatever.
Zumba.
So we know Zumba. That's what it's Zumba. But still, she's in good shape. But she did have a battle with Rodriguez. Manilla's coming in pretty fresh.
But Daza played extremely well this morning, better than I've seen her play in a few years.
Well, if nothing else, it should help her confidence.
Nothing to lose.
Absolutely, and at this point, she does not have anything to lose. She's been on the show court, I think, every match she's played. She's been here, so her name is now going to be familiar with players everywhere, and deservedly so. Still very early with Manilla up 1-0. And I think one of the things that Manilla needs to do to get out of here quicker is to play on that fatigue. I think she needs to just
Minilla has to
push
get a
her
move
from
on.
side to side and just get it over with, get out of here as quickly as she can and make Daza move.
That's a tough shot. Forehand pinch winner.
And we've got Manilla up 3-0. And what Manilla is going to have to be careful to do is not get too complacent and start hitting the unforced errors, because that's just going to give Daza more confidence.
And that's the side of Erica Minilla where I think the improvement has to come, is the unforced errors. She's a shooter. She wins a lot of points through power, but she also needs to work on developing that control of the power.
Yes. Oh, just a lucky little flip from Daza. Just goes up and just kisses the front wall and dies.
One serving three. Behind the back, almost a winner from Daza, but not quite.
Well, and there we see the power. The ball's moving at a decent speed, maybe a little bit more she may be used to.
Short serve.
It's close. And this is the one thing I think Manilla needs to improve on. You don't like the call. It's not going to change.
Well, it was short.
Right.
I mean, we both saw it short. So did the official. I originally, there was a chance I was going to have to ref this because our official wasn't in the building.
Right.
And I came up and she was like, "Oh, great!" And I said, "Why do you want me officiating? I.e., last time I officiated you, Enriquez took you apart." I didn't say that out loud. And she said, "Well, you don't call my good serve short." Well, that's your perception.
Yeah, I mean, and I get, we all play, when we play, a ref's going to call he's going to call a point against you. It's going to happen. It just does. And I've said this before. What you perceive as one bad call from the ref doesn't lose the match for you. Your reaction to that one bad call is where you lose the match. And so I think she needs to just kind of let it go. You don't have line judges. He's not going to change it. Move on.
Cross-court pass winner from Daza. Loose serve. Erica Minilla tries to take out our camera. She apologizes to us.
She realized, camera.
Not accepting that, Minilla. I do think Minilla plays better when Winterton is here. She plays better when a coach is present.
Yes. Well, there's confidence with your coaches here. And she has a lot of confidence in Coach Winterton.
And that's
it's
key.
justified.
It doesn't necessarily. It's not about the. It's not about the. Necessarily the quality of the coach. It's more about, do you trust the coach?
Right.
Do you have that relationship with the coach to believe what they're saying? And we saw some of that going the opposite way with Cheryl Lotz, who had a coach present, lost game one, coach walked away for whatever reason. Lotz turned it around, gave a donut in game two, and then won the tiebreaker.
Right. Now, I did speak to her about that. And it's not that he was unhappy. I mean, and I told her, I said, way to turn it around. And she was, you know, there's things in life that sometimes just need to go on. And, you know, she did an excellent job of getting herself in there without her coach. Excellent, smart playing, executed what she wanted to do. And so that's the important part of all of this. And if your coach is there, yes, it does give you confidence because, well, one, if you've got a good relationship, you want to make your coach proud. He's worked hard with you.
Well, Manilla doesn't like the call, but Daza was impeded by Manilla. It's been fun having Manilla on tour the last 15 months. She's brought a splash of color, a noise, vibrant character.
Yes.
A flashy player, too.
Yes.
Hardest hitter on tour. Hits tremendous winners and sometimes hits horrendous errors, and
Right.
it makes it fun to watch.
Well, and she does bring a definite energy to, you know, to the tour.
Oh,
She
for
brings
sure.
Amazing energy and
I
a
think
smile.
it's a matter of time before she is a world number one.
Yes.
I really do.
I think she's well on her way.
I think there are a couple components of her game that need development, but that's just Tim, the coach, speaking.
With Tim, the coach is the one that will always find something that needs improvement in everybody's game.
But
that's a job
part
of
of
a coach.
coaching,
That's
right? We
I'm
can always
not
get
going
better.
to say that.
Go talk
I'm
to
not.
Fran Davis, and she'll tell you what's wrong with Longoria's game, what needs to improve. And actually, we've seen Longoria change some of the way she plays over the last 2-3 years, developing new things because
She's had
you have to.
She had to because the tour kept pushing on the ones that she couldn't do. We all have to improve. I'm just smiling because you're here, but it's true.
You're smiling because I'm here? Did you just say that?
I did.
Oh.
Oh, I know. That's why I can harass you. Tim, coach speaking.
Timeout taken by Daza. We're taking a timeout too. It's Manilla who's comfortably ahead 11-2. Excellent shot from Manilla.
Yep. And she's serving well.
Yeah.
And you can see the speed
Well, she's
and
playing
the power.
confident.
Yes. And you can see the speed and power. Daza's having to save things by going into the back wall because the ball is on her and past her before she can get set up for anything else.
Love the serve. Love the three-shot rally.
Well, if you're going to save energy, you got a long way to go yet. This is the round of 16s. You got a long way to go.
everything down the left side, and excellent shooting again from Manilla.
Well, and those down the lines are clean. She's not finding a sidewall.
No, Manilla's on a mission. I think.
That's how you have to play and win at this point.
Skip ball. There's the first game for Erica Manilla. So before we go to a break, we'll take a look at the scoring runs, and it was, well, pretty comfortable for Manilla. Only 2 points won by Daza. It was after the first 3, and then after another 6 that Daza, but huge runs from Manilla in the middle of that, 6 points and then 6 points. Asher Baghurst, our stat man, wants to know from the crowd, from you watching, what statistics would you like to know from Game 2? So if you'd like a certain type of statistic, let us know in the chat box, wherever you're watching, and we'll see if he can collect that for you. He's been doing scoring runs today. He's looking for a new challenge. I should also mention he owns a company. He doesn't own a company. It's not yet formed, but he owns a business called Strategy, where he actually, people send him videos from pickleball and racquetball and ask him to collect statistics on there. Hey, what am I missing? Where am I making the mistakes? Where am I hitting winners? And he collects them and sends back the data to them. And
he's a great thing.
LPRT players use his services. We've had a national team use his services. So if you're an amateur out there or even a pro, and you know what, you don't want to watch that video and figure out where things are being won or lost, hey, contact Asher, contact the stat man, and he'll take care of it for you. And of course, as a 12-year-old, they're reasonably priced too.
Yes, and help Asher make it to college. Dad and Mom would appreciate that immensely.
All right, that was a short break between Pomodoro. Yeah, we can't do anything about the screen on the glass unless you care to. Oh, Terry Baghurst is watching. Gives a little shout out to Statman. So one of the requests is winners. What side are the players winning, making the winners? Left hand, forehand, or backhand? Moscoso singles update. We can't get it to you. We are nowhere near that court, unfortunately.
Right.
So we'll set that up for next match. We'll do forehand and backhand winners because we got to redo the spreadsheet for that.
Yes, and I'm just going to give you what I see for Manilla. The winners are coming on the backhand.
Yeah, and she's pushing everything to the backhand.
That's where she's going to go. That's where she's decided she's going to win the match.
Daza didn't think she could get that ball back. She couldn't get that one back. How about lob serve and drive serves? We actually have data from the final of the US Open last year. TJ Bomba, the commissioner, asked Statman to do some data analysis on the final from last year. We actually have data on first serve, second serve percentages, and we'll talk about those probably in the final. Okay. It was very interesting. Very interesting.
I bet.
Longoria playing Vargas last year in the US Open final. Yeah, it's fun looking at the data and seeing the numbers and realizing,
well,
that's telling.
When numbers are there, when you were watching, we're not counting.
The numbers don't lie.
Right, and numbers don't lie. Our eyes may perceive something different than what the numbers are going to tell us. Ooh.
Manilla did really well, played excellent defense, then had the opportunity, put it into the floor. And I think that's part of what you have to take with the game of Erica Manilla. She's going to hit unforced errors the way she plays.
Well, it's similar to a home run hitter. They're going to strike out. It just happens.
Well, Joanne, you can always call me. You got my number. Have a little chat with Statman. He doesn't get his phone yet. Maybe once he's a millionaire from the stats.
There we go.
After he's put himself through college.
Hey, there you go. That's college is going to come before the phone, Asher. Sorry. Yeah, it just is. When you're through with college, maybe you'll understand.
3 points in a row again in game 2 for Manilla.
That she's confident in her shots, and now she's hitting them, and she's even more confident with them. You know, and the only thing is, I think on this one it was a little more obvious, is Manilla thinks she's won the rally, and she's not quite giving Daza credit for her defense. And there we saw just a little bit of change in power from Manilla. She didn't take a full swing at that shot. She basically just punched it into the front wall about 2 inches off the floor for a winner. And there's a good one for you, Tim. What would you tell Daza if you were coaching her?
Well, part of this is you have to fight. This isn't about skill set, right? You're playing somebody who hits it very hard and is playing very clean. This is about you wanting to fight through and work for those points that maybe you don't think you can get that ball. I'd like to see Daza take a little pace off her game.
Yes.
I feel like she's trying to compete with the power of Manilla. And you see here, look at these balls coming off the back wall. Just take the pace off, play a little different, to play an Angie Barrios type of game. Take a little pace off, make Manilla generate her own power as opposed to allowing her to not think about the shots.
Well, I'd like to see her get a better lob serve in. They're too deep in the encroachment box where Manilla is able to short hop them.
And it's too comfortable for Manilla right now.
It's just
Manilla, I want Manilla to shoot high, be aggressive from high as opposed to down by her knees, which is where she's comfortable. But for me as well, Daza has to be this. I want to fight. Let's have a battle here. I'm going to show you this rather than, gosh, my feet are tired, my legs are tired. I had a long match earlier today, and I just don't know if I can compete. That's and take away the, you know what? If they hit a good shot, there's nothing I can do. But
make her hit a good shot.
Yeah, make her hit a good shot. Be okay if she does hit a good shot. And don't give her the free points, the cheap points. Like, this is good. Now this has to be put away. And it is.
No, she did get it.
Did you? Do you really think so?
I did. I thought she got it.
I'm standing a little more to the right than you are.
That it is true.
Ref can't call 2 bounces if they don't see it.
Fortunately, I'm not the ref, so I get to call what I see.
Me too.
Yeah. But okay, regardless of that, Daza had the setup.
Yeah.
And skipped it. Now that's a better
That's
shot.
an excellent return. So now, show a little energy, right?
Yes.
You're a Zumba instructor. Get up there, dance around a little bit, show some energy.
You know?
Show you're here to compete.
Yes.
Because right now you're down 9-0.
Show you've got a little energy. Do something with it. And see, and that lob serve was even worse because it came off the side wall about 2 feet behind the encroachment line, and Manilla was just waiting on it.
Winner of this plays either Barrios or Scott. And I would put, I think you picked Barrios for that. No, you picked Scott. Because she trains down with you. You have to.
I have to.
I would put Barrios as the favorite for that, though. I know you picked Scott, but I think Barrios on paper is the favorite.
I think if Scott plays what she's capable of, I think it may not be as close as big a favorite as you are. So I'm still going to stay with Scott.
If. There's always an if.
Life is an if. So we get to call him.
Hold on one second.
And there another opportunity that Daza missed. And this is part of the problem. She's going for too much instead of just going for a good shot.
Without permission, and it's technical. She left the court without permission. Gabby.
And there we saw an ace serve by Manilla. Good serve.
14-6.
And see, Daza on that one didn't take her time. She pushed, she rushed it, and she ended up hitting it right back to Manilla and then paid the price for it.
Manilla in cruise control, looking to make a statement. Scorelines like this make a statement to the other players. They all look at the draw. Who am I playing next? Who beat who?
They see the scores.
And this is a statement, especially if Manilla plays Barrios, her doubles partner. Daza's doubles partner.
Yes. And that one, I think if Daza had just tried a little bit more, she could have had that. That was within her reach. It's more like, okay, let me just get off the court. It's 13-0. Let me just leave.
We're having a little fun here because we've got multiple LPRT matches, and
they're all coming up for line judges.
Both courts came up and said we need line judges. So we put Jay on the task. Ooh. Well, Manilla gave her a little stare, but what's Daza supposed to do?
You were in the way. I hate to say it, but
it's a jam serve, and you
that's the problem. If someone cuts it off, you're going to get it. You're the one that gets jammed.
That's how you resolve that with an ace.
Well, and even though she didn't like it, good on Manilla to get right back in it and go, okay, fine.
Match point. Here it is. No.
And that's on Manilla. That's on
Manilla
Manilla.
needs to calm down,
Yeah.
right? You can see she's furious.
Over 2 points ago.
Right, which was her fault.
Right.
And you can't blame Daza for swinging because if she holds up, we don't know what the ref's going to. I mean, you're reacting, right? It's a jam serve. You're reacting. Most of us would swing.
And that's why, she needs to just take a deep breath.
Yeah.
And just keep playing. You're comfortably in control of this match. It's not even close. Why waste the energy?
And there it is. Match goes to Erica Manilla over Jenny Daza.
Let's talk about this one when you're done.
Well, yeah, Asher Bagger's stat man is pretty happy because he had a pretty easy second game doing the scoring runs. Another donut, second donut of the day.
Wow. That's unusual for us. I don't remember.
Yeah, well, let me ask you, Sergio asks, would you say the game's 50% physical, 50% mental? Many players with great physical condition struggle when the game is mentally challenging. I think this applies here.
Okay, at this level, I'm going to tell you, at this level, it's more than 50% mental.
Agreed.
Okay, you just said it. They're all in great physical condition. They're all talented. They all know how to hit the ball. What is the difference between number 1 and number 20? I'm going to tell you. It's mental ability. So at this level, the mental part is a good 80 to 90%, if not more, of the entire game.
Yeah, I would certainly add a little bit of strategy in there too, right? Because we saw earlier today how a change in strategy for Cheryl Lotz changed the entire game. And so players must make that adjustment tactically within a match to make a difference or be able to change the way they play. But, yes, mental, absolutely. Overcoming adversity, dealing with difficult situations, handling nerves, having self-confidence to hit that shot you're supposed to hit at that instant. Very much mental.
Well, and even in, when it's maybe a little more lopsided, where someone's maybe not in as good a physical condition or they're not as talented, but yet they manage to win. And they've won because of mental ability over the physical. And
I think if we go back and look at the Rodriguez-Daza match, that was a mental, right?
Completely.
Rodriguez was the better player. Better player. She's a better player than Daza. She's got more shots. I think she's a little bit faster, a little bit fitter. But it came down to big moment points. Daza showed she was mentally tougher, believed in herself a little bit more on that backhand. And it didn't have to do with the skill set.
No. And this will apply as far as lower levels in older players. You see people who are 40 coming off beating a 20-year-old. 20-year-old's in better shape.
Right.
20-year-old can go all over.
Right.
But guess what? That older player has the mental ability and the brains, and they've been there. So in that case, mental won this, which means it's more important. It's up there at 80, 90%.
Great
just going to say.
Okay, we're taking a break. We've got Herrera and Lotz coming up on this match. We'll be back here in a few minutes once players have warmed up and are ready to play.